Some newly released video tweeted out by the Police Benevolent Association. It shows a 16-year-old boy here brutally beating officers.
Hey guys, welcome to Security Guard News. It's your boy, Passion Security Guard. Today we have a story coming straight out of NYC. It's about NYPD.
Let's talk about rising violence in the transit system. It's not only affecting commuters, it's also endangering the members of the NYPD assigned to protect them.
We have some newly released video tweeted out by the Police Benevolent Association. It shows a 16-year-old boy here brutally beating officers after they confronted him for allegedly jumping a turnstile. The suspect was arrested but was back on the street in less than 24 hours. Officer Isabella Thomas said he has more from Times Square.
You know, you have to take martial arts lessons, self-defense lessons, and not everything can be with firearms. Now, this story, you can find it on YouTube. It's titled Teen Assaults Cop in NYC Subway Station. It's been going viral, and I think it's very important because it's really going to highlight the situation of policing in democratic states, and the way they're being treated does trickle down towards security.
It shows a 16-year-old boy here brutally beating officers after they confronted him.
First of all, the disrespect this officer is getting from this young man. I can't even call him a young man. He has to be a boy. And I call him a boy because men know how to respect other men. That's the first thing. Second of all, this is all over the turnstile in the train station. The kid didn't pay. The officer, in other reports, you can see that the officer said, leave. It's just something they do in MTA. So you don't get a ticket. The ticket's like $100. He's a 16-year-old kid. It's not worth it. So he just says to leave. He just says to leave. Depending on what news source you're getting, I might be wrong, because everybody's covering it their own way, which sucks, right? That means we get distorted information. So instead of the kid just leaving, this breaks out. Look at this.
In less than...
He headlocked and shouldered through NYPD to the ground. I gotta rewind that. I gotta do a play-by-play because this is ridiculous.
Association. It shows a 16-year-old boy here brutally beating officers after they confronted him for allegedly
that's what you called right there a hockey punch. The kid has him in a hockey punch position. So that's, you know, it's a famous punch from hockey. So what happens is you grab somebody by the collar, right, and you do overhand rights. He's doing that to NYPD. What you do under that situation, you bring down your chin to protect your jaw and make it so that they hit your skull, so they could damage their knuckles, and they have to reevaluate how they're gonna hit you now. All right, that's what you have to do if you want. There has to have been some. I don't want to hurt this young kid. I don't want to hurt him. I don't want the backlash and protesters burning down our police stations. It has to be this has to be going through this officer's mind, because I just can't believe this kid is about to shoulder throw him.
The suspect was arrested.
Look at that. Call it a hip toss. Call it a shoulder throw. He got him in a headlock, my man. He got him in a headlock. What the heck, man? Now, the following is a video that happened years ago when two police officers were shot through their windows and their car doors when they were just in their patrol vehicle minding their own business. And it's going to show you how NYPD has no support from those on top, right?
Thousands of New York City police officers paid their respects Sunday at the funeral for slain NYPD officer Wen Jianlu. The 32-year-old officer was fatally shot in his patrol car on December 20th, along with his partner, Officer Rafael Ramos. As Mayor Bill de Blasio spoke at the funeral for Officer Liu, some police officers turned their backs as he paid tribute. The gesture came as officers watched the speech on large television screens outside the funeral home, which had a capacity of about 325.
Now, I know this happened years ago when the law enforcement NYPD turned their backs on Mayor de Blasio, but that wasn't the only time. It happened multiple times. I had buddies that were working auxiliary police, and they told me the stories. You know, graduation classes turning their backs on de Blasio and all that stuff because they weren't getting support. Now, there is a trickle-down effect. somewhat. If they don't respect law enforcement, they're not gonna respect security. New York, a security guard in New York last week was working on the set of Law and Order, and he was shot and killed. While I think it was 5:30 in the morning. The perpetrator didn't take anything and steal anything, just shot and killed security. Why? Because they think they could get away with it. Look at how they're treating NYPD. How do you think they're gonna treat security? Guys, I'm gonna start covering things that are not directly security, because we need to have a broader scope of vision of the safety levels within our personal surroundings and within the country in general. Guys, you have to train in your judo, in your jiu-jitsu, in your grappling. You cannot allow this to happen to you. You cannot allow a kid to freaking grapple you.
Allegedly
Can't let this happen
turnstile.
to you.
The suspect was arrested, but was back on
I
the
still
street
can't believe it.
in
Look at
less
that.
than 24 hours.
Look at that.
Officer Bella Thomas said he has more from Times Square. Briella, what's the very latest on
A
that?
man had OC spray and didn't use it. He had the shockers. You know, he had a taser and didn't use it. He was being nice. He was being soft. You know, and then you think that just punching somebody is gonna knock them out. No, you need to punch them the right way, and timing, accuracy, and stuff like that. And I'm sure again he didn't want to hurt the kid. But you know, if you don't want to hurt the kid, you don't want to use none of your defense tools. You have to go to grappling, and then you're gonna start grappling. You gotta understand submissions. You gotta understand positions. You gotta understand timing. You gotta understand leverage. Yo, this kid should have never controlled that adult male's center of gravity, because in all honesty, this officer could have literally just picked this kid up. He could have just picked him up. He could have slammed him if he wanted to. He decided not to. But his spirit held him back. The fear he had of backlash held him back. Guys, if you found value in this video, please press like. Leave a comment down below saying, sharing your thoughts and feelings, saying thank you, gracias. Look at my martial arts videos. I'm getting better at them with the editing little by little. Though I'm just doing solo training stuff. But I want to promote that in my channel because you guys need CQC, close quarter combat training. And if you can't afford it, MMA schools are expensive, private lessons are expensive. I'm trying to throw enough knowledge out there where you can train on your own. All right, guys, take care, so love yourself. Wipe down your workstation, get some training, wear some real PPE, I mean body armor, you know, and see you in the next one. Ciao. Lo quiero mucho.